Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
2 competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up my truth muscles a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put up many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Me and some people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
New Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys? Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
And chicken nugget.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
There we go.
Here we are.
We are live. What is happening, Michael? We are finally back live.
It is a fun Thursday, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We've been off for a week. We got a lot of stuff done, though.
I'm about to say, I wouldn't say we were off. I'd say we were well employed.
My goodness. Oh, we got a lot of stuff done. A whole lot of stuff done. I dropped my headphones. Look at that.
Now you're going to be able to hear now. Oh, yeah, I'm right here. I just hear that.
Yeah, I actually heard you. But yeah, no, we went and recorded at the international airport on
with permission
Saturday. Yeah, we had a permit and insurance and everything.
Tags.
Name tags.
Yeah, looked
oh
official.
My goodness. Yes. Oh, hey. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And it went smoothly, I thought, too.
Yeah, drew a couple attentions from the crowd, people asking what we had going on and whatnot. So, of course, we told them about our wonderful, webcast show. And, of course, the show we're actually filming.
Yeah.
And as Seemed like I described it enough to generate interest, so that was worth it.
Yeah, no, that was very cool.
A lot better than describing it and they go, oh, yeah, well, have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, every time I talk about it, I get good responses. So I just got to get off my butt now because the filming is done. I mean,
we are in official post-production.
We are in post-production for the pilot episodes. Yes. In fact, I got the roughed out portion of the very first scene done. Just finished it actually last night. So.
And we're at the Tiger Team concept building episode 2.
Yes. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I am excited about it. And I will be in fact, I'm thinking like probably starting next week. I'll probably Tuesday, if we do broadcast on Tuesday, I'm going to be an editing show. So we're going to edit live.
Oh.
What?
Open yourself up to critiques from the peanut gallery, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I take criticism.
Yeah, no,
especially if it's helpful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly.
Because I'm always like the type that'll just offer you bad advice,
just to be
why not?
To be bad.
The key is to not make it sound like you're offering bad advice, just, hey, I'm having trouble with my computer. Well, have you tried rubbing a large magnet over the CPU?
Oh God.
I'm not an IT guy. I don't know if that might help.
Don't
have you tried powering it down and powering it back on several times?
Yeah. Like just without even just pushing the power button.
Just keep pushing the button.
Until
until it actually boots up like it wants.
And then just as soon as it starts to boot up, then push the power button and hold it until it shuts down, and do that 10 times in a row.
And if nothing else, you could edit all this in the command.com.
Yep. So, and some of you
never edit the command com.
Don't. Oh God. Yeah. No, don't go to don't do that. Please don't not do that. Yeah, please.
You were saying.
I was saying.
And don't forget to lubricate your computer. It needs water.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I was going to say something, and it was really, really super funny. It's probably the funniest thing I've ever said in my life. And then I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry about it.
No, I decided to send a text instead.
Oh, good. I'm off the hook.
No. I decided just to text instead of saying the funniest thing I've ever said in my life. Oh, I remember what it is because I just looked at the camera. So you remember how our cameras, especially my camera.
I remember your camera being an issue.
Just kept resetting and resetting and resetting. And believe it or not, yours did too. You just didn't notice it.
Okay. Well, I'm not so vain. I don't watch myself.
Yeah, well. But it just wouldn't stay. So I went and got different cameras. I switched entire camera companies. We went from Logitech cameras to Elgato face cams. So I decided I'm done. I'm done with that. And it's what the funny thing is it happens to me at work too. I have a Logitech camera through G Hub at work. It will not stay on the settings. The settings keep resetting. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And then of course tonight there was a G Hub update, which might have fixed it or might not have. I don't know. But here got to replace Jody's. That was Michael's. This was mine. So they're now the
door stops or paperweights
or backup cameras for if we ever need a camera.
Want to install it on the bumper?
Still usable, right? Yeah, you could tape it.
Backup camera.
The back. Yeah. Yep, we are back. Just got in
we
the
are
mail.
bad.
Got in the mail yesterday my 24 national championship. Realized that there are 3 national championships in my lifetime, and one
That's more than the Red Sox.
For my lifetime. So 3 of them while I was alive, 1 when I was not yet.
And I do not understand the college championship process.
Well, it's a playoff now.
Well, sure, but still, I mean, like 200 darn schools.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's
They don't all have a football team.
No, but there's only a few that are like, you know, the top of the top.
But I mean, if some of the teams don't even play each other like in a 10-year span,
Right.
how do you really tell who's better than who? Not to mention, you get a whole brand new team every 2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, even if you have a shit hot freshman, he is probably gone by the end of his sophomore year somewhere else.
No, exactly. So I think they're going to have to rein in the portal thing, because the portal is weird. And it used to be you had to sit out a year if you transferred, and now they're like you could go to freaking training camp or, you know, pretty close, and then decide to just shift. So
yeah. Oh, that'd be funny. You just get this insider look at training camp and realize your defense is going to be crap this year. There's no way around it.
No,
time to move on to Notre Dame. They're looking okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I had a gentleman today from Indianapolis was commenting on your Ohio State sticker you have on my monitor over by the front desk.
Oh yeah,
yeah. His daughter went to Ohio State, and of course now he's just a big fan. So there you go.
Oh wow.
Apparently it's a popular school.
Yeah,
the tri-state area.
It's a very popular place. Yeah. So yeah, but no, I'm excited. We got I'm really enjoying editing too. The thing I did last night, it came out almost to the T like I envisioned it. In fact, as I was editing, I had the script up that I wrote, right? Because it in my script I showed where I jumped back and forth between, you know, because it's basically 2 people having the same exact conversation with their boss, right?
Right.
So they're saying the same exact things, and so the script, I wrote it just like that, and then like it came together so well. And what's funny is I don't know if you remember when we were filming those 2, like, because it was like 10 fucking years ago, but basically it was just repeat the lines differently, right? Like we didn't record, recorded the first take kind of like it was written, and then I'm like, you know what, this thing is going to bounce around back and forth between the 2 characters, right? So it's like, so just read the lines and read them differently. And so I had so much to choose from that, you know, that's the fun thing about editing, is you can take random things that people said and turn it into a coherent conversation, right? Like, you know, like this is from this take, and this one's from this take, and this one's from this take. So that's what I love about editing for video.
I shoot a video, I do it on my iPhone, which is filmed it on usually.
Right.
And I'm competent with it, and I think I do good enough work. It's just a little problematic getting that precision slice right here, you know, at this microsecond.
Right.
It's always a little lumpy for me when I do it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I wanted it, you know, like half a second sooner or something like that. But now that I've made my cut, I can't really shave off that half second that I don't need anymore.
Oh, I gotcha.
No.
And just, well, with the you know, when you're editing on computer, it's so powerful. Like you can undo, you got a history, you can just, you know, like, okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to isolate the segment I want with the mouse or with the cursor than with my fingertip. Yeah,
it definitely is. It absolutely is.
It would just be sort of pain medium for me to, go from my recording device, which is my phone, to put it on the computer, to edit it, to then upload it to Facebook or Business Suite, whatever I need to upload it to.
Right.
Where it's just so darn convenient to upload everything from the phone.
Ah, gotcha. What do you normally use?
My editing software?
Yeah.
I forgot. Well, I got 2 different ones. Say, like, if I'm really screwing with it, like putting 2 Michaels on the screen at once. I've got a different one, and my phone's charging. Otherwise, I would.
Oh, I gotcha.
Right. I think one's iMovie, and then the other one.
Okay.
I can't remember what the super editor is, but it took me a while to find that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's something green screen or something.
Okay. Cool. No, iMovie's pretty powerful. Just it's a lot of people that use it.
Yeah, I like the masks for like doing your movie trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten some pretty funny ones out of that.
Yep.
Make no sense, and you're probably not looking forward to that movie if you sat through the trailer. But
yeah, I will give you. So the one I did last night, I went, and at the end, I decided, you know what, I need to add something to this. So I'll show you just the beginning. I don't want to spoil it because I got to add music and everything to it. But I decided it needed a little intro. Second, it's gonna have to download.
Getting the band back together.
Getting the band
old
back
music
together.
you already have.
No, so one of the things we pay for, like $600 a year, is that Artlist.io. And so, and by the way, you can use it because it's all part of the production company, right? But
right.
What the hell? Oh no. Oh, never mind. Okay, I didn't download it. So what I did was I added a little in the a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
I put on the screen, instead of that, I put a year or so ago in a place not far away.
Nice.
Because there is a reference to a different president in there.
Right.
Something about ice cream and all that. So had to go back in time, so I put that in there. But I didn't actually whatever that thing is called when you you make it a actual video. God bless it. Export, dude.
Yeah.
Words.
Notice my new one-liner on the marquee?
Words just suck. No, I didn't. What was that?
Yeah, I don't remember now. I just remember I put one on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, it's like I hate that sometimes you just can't remember shit. Like
yeah,
words.
I put it on there yesterday too.
All of a sudden, words just like.
Oh,
words.
I remember now. Yeah, it was just a simple one. If you have questions about British currency, press pound, and I use the number pound sign.
Yeah.
If you want to say no in German, press 9. And if you want the best bargains, enter here or inquire within, something like that.
My goodness, that's awesome. I like it.
Yeah. So the news has been lied to us about ancient Egypt. Have you caught on?
What?
Well, you heard about them discovering Thutmose II's tomb.
Okay.
And it was the most significant archaeological discovery from ancient Egypt since Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered.
Okay.
Totally wrong.
No, really?
No.
All right.
There was a significant intact burial from Sinusis. Don't ask me to spell that one. But it happened just before America's involvement in World War I. So it kind of didn't really make the news. But that's where they found the silver pharaoh.
Oh, okay.
Much like Tutankhamun's gold burial mask, this guy has a solid silver one, which was considered a more precious metal at the time.
Ah, interesting.
And it's also a discovery in that is some of the things like his sarcophagus was an actual retread from another royal burial. And it turns out that's kind of how they did it.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't just ancient robbers robbing stuff. It was pretty much the crown.
Wow. That's insane.
I guess you just shave off all the old carvings that talk about the old guy and just start chipping away at your end. And then by the time your granite sarcophagus gets, like paper thin from scraping off and chiseling in your own name.
Just take that gold, take that gold, take that gold.
So it's entirely possible, if not for Ramses IV, Tutankhamun's tomb could have been, just looted from some future crown, because his burial or his tomb, the entrance to it, ended up being buried by the rubble, digging out Ramses IV, which is technically kind of like right above his.
Right.
So
oh, wow.
That actually helped conceal it more, and given that his successors basically like removed his name from history and whatnot where they could. So, add on 100 years or more, no one heard of the guy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some mutant kid 100 years ago ruled for 9 years. No one cares.
You and your ancient Egypt, man.
It's an interesting study.
Yeah. No,
just like, with the handheld hammers and chisels and whatnot, and they've got these just uniquely, perfectly bored out, drill marks.
Right. Oh yeah. No, I know. It's the stuff that they did.
To say nothing of, blocks that weigh as much as this building that they
that
somehow
was-
moved and strategically put in place.
That was the aliens that helped them.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was giants.
Oh,
They just picked them up,
Could have been
like
giants.
blocks, Boys.
Could have been. And Facebook, like there is so many like just spam fucking people on Facebook.
I get so tired of this. Why
Yeah.
is it say like, they had the algorithm to set up if you said something that went against the COVID-19 narrative, that you're immediately flagged.
Yeah,
immediately
right?
like flagged and banned, but they
Yep.
can't catch these bots that, these scams, or they,
Mhm.
yeah, Gibson Les Paul guitars for $100,
You know what's
right.
funny is it's mostly when I share your posts from
Mhm.
from the store. Like I'll see a post from the store and I'll share it immediately, and then it's like 2 of them today. Just a post that I shared like 2 days ago or some shit, 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Just in the last 50 minutes, I've got 2 weirdos and one person but she went through and like the whole, but like 10 different posts that I did or something. But
Yeah, I get those too. It's
freaking bots, man.
and then you get the date offers.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So,
let's see. I
all right.
turned 50 this year. I honestly believe that 19-year-old girl wants to talk to me. I'm sure she does. Of course she's real.
Well, she could be.
Yeah.
As I saw this popped up and I'm like, this freaking insane. So do you remember a while back there was a OnlyFans creator who slept with 100 guys in like one day, and then there's another one that did 1,000, but this one, and didn't even say her name here, but she did like 100 guys in one day in 24
That's just the local
hour
herpes
period.
exchange.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is a theme now of OnlyFans creators that are going to retirement homes and giving retirement home people a little bit of something to look forward to.
Found my oldest fan via Facebook, and when I asked for his address, he actually sent me the address of a care home. So I'm actually here with.
Okay, so that's weird. All right, so we just got that's some weirdness right there. Is you got this dude.
Are they twins?
He looks like his brother. That's what I was gonna say. He looks like his damn brother. What is going on here?
Him and his friends.
Him and his friends. Oh,
why aren't you in landscape mode? Turn your phone.
Yeah.
Today I'm at the care home visiting my oldest fan.
Dude.
How much do you got to pay for an in-person meetup?
Right? That's some weird stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I saw something about these creators, these OnlyFans creators. Like this is becoming a thing. Like going to, and Yeah, I mean, these guys are probably spending quite a bit of money on OnlyFans. I wouldn't doubt it, but still, holy crap.
I-
Yeah.
And I
What-
don't
what?
mind. Well, I don't want to make myself sound like a total creep, but I don't mind that there is, nudie pictures or scenes to find on the internet if you go to look for them. It's a lot cheaper to find them there than, say, go get the magazine from the smut store.
Yep.
But I it's important that it remains faceless and, kind of nameless. And, it's, you know what I mean? You start doing some real communication relationship with them, and all of a sudden, that's a real person that you think you have a real relationship with.
Right.
And that's got to mess with their head. I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Especially,
dude, I mean,
if you're getting to see this person in intimate or, what should be a private situation.
Yeah, no,
that
but
you're
there's
involved in, and if you don't see that she's just more involved in your bank account than you,
yeah,
then you
no,
bought
that's
it.
that's all this is about. Because here's another one, and this is from RT. So, but OnlyFans influencer hunts elderly veterans for X-rated escapades. Tiffany, Wisconsin, 36, touring nursing homes and VA centers to recruit seniors for her adult content. Saying older partners are more caring, experienced, and take their time.
And they only have 3 minutes because that's all on the Viagra takes.
Is this supporting our troops? Oh my goodness.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. That's not
supporting the former troops.
That is not what supporting the troops actually means.
Yeah.
That's just weird all around. But I mean, it is that, dude, this OnlyFans stuff, when we talked about that one girl, her last name's Rain.
That better be your stage name, last name.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's like Sophia
Good
Rain
girl.
or
Yeah,
something.
good on her.
No, dude, they're pulling in millions a month.
I'm sure, but that egg's going to drop soon too.
The Gen Z Playboy Mansion, 8 OnlyFans models. It looks like I can show there's nothing to make on here, but 8 OnlyFans models move into a Miami compound to create kinky content and net merely $15 million a month. How about you come and you can sponsor my content? I won't even, and mine's not even kinky. It's just fun. So they could sponsor our show.
The thing here is, let's say they're really making all that much money, in their late teens, early 20s, what have you. Get some, take it and run. But if they don't invest that money wisely, and it could then last them the rest of their lives, because
it absolutely
safe to say
will.
they are resetting their families, or have the potential to reset their family's financial situation for the next 3 generations.
Right.
If they do it right.
No, exactly.
But if they don't and they just blow through it like I imagine most will, by the time they're 32, 35, something like that, there's going to be a whole lot less coins going into the bank account. I'm sure of it.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And then they got to go get one of those normie jobs.
Yeah, right. No, exactly.
And find out that those normie jobs don't pay anywhere near this.
Right. So there's one of the models. Her name is Amaranth. Have you ever heard of her?
I don't know these people.
So she actually is. This is a picture of Amaranth. She's huge on Twitch, right? So she does these like hot tub streams and all kinds of just streams where, because on Twitch you can't get naked, right?
Fair enough.
But she's got the teenage population there that just send her money. So she makes a couple $1 million a year on or a month on Twitch, and then she has her OnlyFans, which makes more. So she put out there the other day that she had like $20 million in crypto. Just was talking about, I don't know if she was talking about it or what. And then this is what happened. So supposedly she was in another building. I think this is where it she's got a compound or something, right? She was in a different building. Supposedly these guys broke in, held a gun to her head. She got on X and posted, "I'm getting robbed by gunpoint," where her husband actually saw this. And she said, "I can't, I need to go over to the other house or whatever."
It's in here. Come on.
So you can see a gun there. They go inside. The dog's like not even reacting, right?
Yeah, dog's getting fired.
And then you hear, wait for it. There you go. And shooting.
It doesn't appear anyone got shot, though. That's disappointing.
Right, but supposedly, supposedly there was blood on her, blood on. Supposedly they think one of them got shot. Now they did call the police. Houston police did. So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation about, is this real or is this not real?
Well, if they made a police report, they better hope it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just ask Mr. Smollier.
Yep.
How's he still wearing the thing?
Yeah, this is some of her posts, and I need to make sure I'm not posting anything that's going to get us kicked off there.
I didn't know
Patty's saying,
coin.
yeah, that looks hinky. What's that?
I didn't know crypto coin, what have you, was so susceptible to physical theft.
So they wanted her to log into her phone and transfer it to a different wallet.
Yeah, okay.
That was the thing. They held her held her hostage to have her log into her account and transfer it to a different thing. So this is this is the video she posted, and this was the thing too. "I'm being too robbed at gunpoint." And then she said, "I believe I shot one of them. They wanted crypto," is what they were yelling. "They pulled me out of bed." But then she said her husband, actually later on it came out that her husband was actually the one that shot him. And then this is a home invasion. SWAT is here. So like Houston cops, SWAT, the whole thing, they did come out.
Yeah.
The trail of blood all the way along the driveway, forensic testing it. They kept shooting my bedroom door and then finally kicked it in. So, like, I guess they broke into her house by shooting.
They dragged her out of bed after kicking the door in? I would think getting the door kicked in would have gotten me out of bed.
Yeah, maybe.
I would think in time for a shotgun slug to be going through the door.
Right? You would think so.
Not to just tell the whole world my melee plans.
Yeah. So this is a post from Houston police. If you have any information related to this aggravated robbery, home invasion, contact the Houston Police Department.
How do these people be able to find her physical location?
Oh, dude, doxing happens all the time. These people know where people live. That's
Okay.
not going to be an issue.
Okay.
If you really want to know, it's out there. Everybody's address is out
And I
there.
guess if you're the
especially when
homeowner, you can, if you got the name and they're the homeowner, you can look that up.
No, dude, when you're famous, you can't put that down. Just, I mean,
because
there's a
if
place
I got a
called-
stage name, I'm not telling people my real name.
No,
That's the whole point of the stage name.
it gets out there though.
Sure.
I mean, between Reddit and a place called Kiwi Farms, those are two places that you're going to find pretty much all the information that you need.
Yeah.
You know what's awesome? Not having to reset my freaking camera all the time.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
I'm
Thumbs up.
loving this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of
Well
a sudden,
done.
it's just like bright and stupid and wide. I love Patty. Michael doesn't know what Kiwi Farms is.
No.
Kiwi Farms is an interesting place.
That New Zealand thing? What?
No, it is. Kiwi Farms is basically a message board of people crapping on basically YouTubers, and if you're an online personality, you have a profile on Kiwi Farms and people are talking crap about you.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's just that's what the internet does.
I wonder what they say about Carbine.
Yeah, I would if Carmine got a Kiwi Farms post, then it would you made it when you have a Kiwi Farms post.
Yeah.
So this, I think, is what they were talking about as far as her showing.
Biggest streamers on Twitch. You've also had a history of getting banned on Twitch.
I'm kind of curious to see what Amaranth is up to.
Never known any girl to prance around in a bikini because she finds it fun. Now I have beer from my... We actually have some if you want to try it.
Oh.
What? Oh, God. Did she really? What? Has a beer from her, and it's called Amaranth Yeast. I don't want to know.
I've had some serious issues with stalkers over the years.
I really shouldn't have this much hope in humanity.
Could you ever step away from that limelight?
I feel like I can't be canceled for that because people already call me Scamaranth. That was a fun time.
Amaranth, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch.
I guess she didn't mention, but this probably is where she mentioned that, she's got $20 million in crypto hiding out. I mean, hell, you're just gonna post that, then by all means.
I still don't understand how you turn your crypto money into actual physical money.
Sell it on the market. And there are places that accept crypto. There are, especially for exchange. Yes. So you can, especially in online.
What's the exchange rate?
It depends on it depends on which one. There's a whole bunch of them out there, dude. I mean, I know Bitcoin is the main one, but there's
what are they backed
bunch
by?
of them. Nothing or everything. Dude, I really don't know.
Right. So,
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I have trouble understanding with this real ID nonsense coming in. That deadline's in May.
Don't you have one?
No.
Yeah.
My driver's license doesn't expire yet. Why would I go get it doing?
Yeah, but they've been giving them out for like 5 years now. Are you sure you don't have one?
My wife. Last time I flew, when he was looking at my driver's license, the guy at TSA, you don't have one of these yet. And I'm like,
yeah, because Cat
have a star or something at the top, and
Cat goes, I need to get my real ID, and I'm like, okay, and so I was like, what they look like, and I handed her my ID, and she's like, I can't see it. I handed her my ID, and she's
supposed to have a star or something here.
Let me see that. Hand it over.
I know it's not one because it doesn't have the star, the emblem thing on it. But what I'm not understanding is, what does the real ID provider show?
Right there. That's the star. You have a real ID.
Sure.
I am absolutely 100%. You have a real ID. Yep.
Yeah, I had my finger over my.
Sorry.
Now I've got to get doxxed.
Yeah.
Carmine's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because what I've never got any info on was what does the real ID, what information on here that that wasn't before my previous driver's license.
There's also, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner on the front, there should be a hologramish looking picture of yourself, right?
Sure.
Yep, that's a real ID. I think it's probably the scanning thing. It's the scanned codes and the probably biometric data that's in the that's embedded in the damn.
Because I was looking it up on the website today, and it really didn't tell me what the real ID gives you that previous IDs didn't.
A way for the government to track you.
Yeah, it's got microchips in it, so satellites can watch it.
Better way for the government to track you. Yes, that's all it is. So, OnlyFans girls going to. I mean, it's not like that. They don't make enough money. They've got to go to senior place. Well, I guess some of them don't make a ton of money. I mean, like only the top.
Not everyone's a winner.
Only the top like 0.5% actually make a money that's actually like a living wage from. Anyway, and it's just crazy. You don't do much shopping, do you, Michael?
Not if I don't have to.
You don't go to the store very often.
Well, I do and I don't.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. This caught my eye. This is kind of funny.
Somebody else put that label on there.
That doesn't mean we need it. Why would you buy that much cheese?
Because I was trying to FaceTime you, and you wouldn't answer the phone. So I made an executive decision. I didn't do anything wrong. I saw.
Now, Kat and I, the reason I like this too is because Kat and I have gone to Fred Meyer's and we've seen these blocks of cheese there, and we've always kind of laughed about, why would you need that much cheese? And they cut them off. You can cut them blocks out of this.
Oh, you don't have to buy the whole wheel?
No, because obviously somebody's already cut this one, so they'll actually cut the whole wheel, but they also, I guess, put them out like this, which they had it sitting out in the middle.
Labeled at a price, and I bought it.
And how much did you pay for that?
Approximately $10.44.
A pound.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, that seems cheap. Doesn't that seem cheap to you?
$10.40 for that half wheel?
Yeah. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You probably paid that much like per pound.
Maybe.
Probably like 20. Maybe more.
And what are we going to do?
No clue.
Got 20 pounds of Parmesan. You are really proud of yourself, aren't you?
And that's the kind where you take the shredder to the cheese and not the cheese to the shredder.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Pounds of cheese?
Oh, I think somebody had a couple of drinks before they went to the store.
Oh, no, that I could do should the opportunity present itself.
I could see Michael. I mean, maybe it was on sale. Maybe it was $10.44.
Yeah, it's last week's cheese, Yep.
Okay, now I gotta look it up because I am gonna go to Fred Meyer's. I can share this because I know there's nothing Fred Meyer's. Well, I mean, you truly never know, but still. So okay, so let's see. Parma. Wedge. I want the whole wheel though. Where's the wheel? Yeah, see, $11.40, $10.99. I mean, $10.
$10 for what unit though?
Right. Well, for this, which is, I mean, probably not even a pound, I would think. Oh, $19.99 a pound for that. That's a half a pound. Oh, thanks. I don't want Parmesan cheese wheel. Give me the wheel. And they don't have it on their website. Of course, they don't have it on their website. But I guarantee you, I mean, that's $6.79.
But he got 44 pounds.
Yeah,
times how much a pound? 19 a pound?
Well, if he said $10.44, then a lot. 10.44 here. I can add it up real quick.
440.
Yeah, 440. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of.
Oh, that's a lot of blockage.
That would definitely make you think You'd have a lot of time to sit and think.
Yeah, you would.
I think you could sit and think.
That
a
would
lot.
cause problems.
Would. I would not recommend eating that much cheese.
Not for dinner.
Exactly.
You're going to need something to complement that. Like a pizza or something.
Got cheese.
Yeah.
So this is just popping up here as we switch topics. This is just popping up here. In fact, I just saw it this evening, like when I was getting ready for the show. Now, you remember last week we talked about, yeah, you've heard of Act Blue, right? The
yes.
And actually Data Republican put out the thing where you could, and we looked at some of them where you could see just the under $5 contributions, and there were a lot of them.
All 30,000 that you made this month?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, exactly. Like, 30,000
donations
from, one retired person in North Carolina to
on a fixed income. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I didn't realize that you've heard of Media Matters for America, correct?
Yes.
And then that was created by a guy named David Brock. David Brock is one of the slimiest people in the. He originally was a Republican, then he decided that the Democrats probably gave him more opportunity to make money. So he was the main smear person for the Clintons. Like, in fact, he went after the Clintons and then changed and became one of the top smear people for the Clintons. And
well, yeah, he didn't want to get suicided.
That's what Media Matters was created for. So he created Act Blue. Well, New York Times has reported that seriously 7 top executives have all left in the past 3 weeks, several of whom have been there for more than a decade. None of them will explain why they left.
Rats leaving a doomed ship.
The last remaining lawyer at Act Blue's general counsel office has been locked out of his email and put on leave after sending internal messages that we have whistleblower policies for a reason. Two unions representing Act Blue employees are openly questioning the group's stability and call the situation alarming. Banning to hire an independent investigator, and more than $16 billion has passed through Act Blue in 20 years. So as we're untangling all of this stuff, and this just popped in my head, as we are untangling all this stuff, especially with the U.S. aid and all of the overseas money that we keep spending and we keep sending overseas, and we hear that 10% of it makes it to the actual program and 90% of it gets recycled back. How much you want to bet that a ton of it went back through Act Blue? Like it all ties together, dude.
Yeah.
All ties together.
No, it seemed like a pretty good dry cleaners for the money.
Yeah. So there is, and this was, this was just posted here from Front Page Magazine. It's generally not a good sign when your siege people and especially your lawyers flee for the hills, which they're probably fleeing because they're probably complicit. I mean, everybody had to know what was going on. It's not like nobody knew what was happening, right? It's like, right. Oh my God, this money just showed up, $4 at a time, but enough to fill like 400,000 truckloads just showed up. Can you believe that? It's a Christmas miracle.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson of East Jesus, Iowa, for your donation.
Yes. And your donation, and your hundreds of donations.
Yeah, she sure is dedicated to our cause.
Act Blue is the backbone of Democrat and especially leftist fundraising. It's a huge way it's huge in a way that few can fathom, because it doesn't just fund candidates. It's like the behemoth. It's what it's, and WinRed is on the Republican side. Act Blue is on the Democrat side. It is the main fundraising mechanism for all the candidates, plus all of the political action, all of the other things. It's huge. I mean, it's just freaking huge. Obviously, if they process $20 billion or however much it was. So, except something's clearly going on. What prompted so many long-time Act Blue officials to leave is not clear. Yeah, it is. None of the former officials agreed to be interviewed on the record. Well, of course not. Why would they do that?
Hey, sorry, I have an NDA.
Their staff departures began on February 21. That day, Act Blue's customer service and partnership directors, who had both worked at the group for more than a decade, left. Next week, several other senior officials left, including the Associate General Counsel, who was the highest ranking legal officer at Act Blue, Assistant Research Director, a Human Resource Official, the Chief Revenue Officer, and an engineer, and spent 16 years. So these people know where all of the, as the saying goes, these people know where all the bodies are buried. Like, they followed the Clintons around forever. So they know all about burying people. As these people left, Zain Ahmad, who was the last remaining lawyer in the Act Blue's General Counsel's office, wrote in an internal Slack message on February 26th, access to email and other internal platforms had been cut off, and that other messages he had posted in Slack had been deleted. According to a screenshot obtained by the New York Times, Mr. Ahmed is now on leave from Act Blue, according to persons briefed on the group's staffing. So do you think he's a whistleblower? Because he was the one that, the other story we said that he had posted a message that we have whistleblower policies for a reason. So do you think he was a whistleblower? What do you think?
I don't know. After the first impeachment, whistleblowers to me kind of get, I don't know, they're true whistleblowers.
Like the guys in the FBI that blew the whistle and and are still fighting to get their jobs back.
Right, because they never should have been removed from their job.
Well, no, they never should have, but they got
That's
punished.
the point of the laws, yeah.
They got punished for whistleblowing, so some turnover may be natural, but having your lawyer's head for the exit and the last remaining lawyer having his access cut off is just something big is in the work. So I'm betting you that there is some investigations going on.
Rats leaving a doomed ship.
They have been warned that there are investigations going on. Like that people are bucking up. Like there is, I mean, it was posted that, people in Washington, D.C., like the Google searches for, criminal defense attorney and all kinds of stuff just have blown up over the last, the last 4 weeks for some reason. Why that would be. But yeah, so that will be interesting to see if thing actually happens or if because here's one from like back in September of 2024 when
Maryland. This is James O'Keefe with OMG. I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland. It's an individual who has donated a total of $217,000 made through 12,000 different contributions.
12,000 different contributions.
Yeah, it's good they don't overdo it.
Sometimes these contributions have been made in variations of his name and variations of his address. You see this chart here. This chart shows a breakdown of the committees that were earmarked to receive the donations made through Act Blue. And this is all FEC and state data. We're wondering if these donors are victims of what appears to be a money laundering scheme, or these residents actually participated in the scheme, or making phone calls, or knocking on doors. These are things that you can do. We hope you do that. Follow me along and see what happens. This is something that you guys can do. Very easy to do. A lot of homes with bizarre amounts of data showing tens of thousands of contributions made through
They should they should ask for their money back.
Here. So a lot of questions.
I
and we hope
agree.
The citizen
I mean,
journalism army at OMG can answer
especially
that.
if they got, people have hundreds of thousands of dollars going to them. It's like, you took my money. It's like,
a little microphone. Get your
they ask for the money back.
Mm-hmm.
And the people at Act Blue say, well, we can't give that back to you because you didn't, it's not your money. You didn't put it. Well,
I mean,
in
once
my
you
name.
did give it to them, it is pretty
It's-
much theirs.
Right. But, what's, yeah, it just creates a conundrum there, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
well, why'd you take my money? I never actually, but if they can show that they never actually.
And was this a tax deductible donation that they missed out on?
They never actually authorized them for that money.
Right.
Then they should have to give that money back.
And the Act Blue guy should be in jail for cyber crimes.
Explained why? Yeah, no, exactly. I mean,
yourself a camp.
you could make a case. It's like you didn't
Yeah,
have
banking over state
authorization.
lines.
You are saying that I gave you this money. Okay, I never gave you authorization to take this money, so I want my money back. And if their argument is, well, you never actually gave us the money, you got them right.
Mm-hmm.
Case closed, man. Lock them up.
Camera.
All right.
You can use an iPhone.
All right, come on, get to it.
Right, we're gonna call him. $1,000.
Is he there? Somebody there?
FEC records indicate that you donated $32,000, 3,000 different contributions people made at this address in your name. Are you aware of that happening? You're not aware of that happening?
Talk to Donald Trump.
Talk to Donald Trump? Well, how would Donald Trump help me answer that question?
Hit him with a bat.
Hit Donald Trump with a bat?
Right over the head.
How would that help me answer this question?
It would certainly get you in the news.
To do with
I want
it.
to see a scar on his fucking head. Now stop.
Well, he's well balanced.
Whoa. Cindy No of Annapolis, Maryland, who
I guess
We'll just
they
move on to the next high quality resident.
I guess they know which ones to pick to make their fake donations on, right?
Yeah, well, he's in Maryland. He's going to have trouble finding reds.
Blue,
Yep.
totaling 8 times a day. James O'Keefe, and we're doing a story on the number of people that have donated with your address. Did you donate to Act Blue, a political cause? How many times a month do you donate to Act Blue?
I don't know. I don't know how many times. I don't understand why I'm getting this.
Well, the question is, you did donate to Act Blue, right?
Yes, once in a while, yes.
Did you donate 1,009 times?
I don't know. I mean, once in a while I donate $5 or so dollars or something like that during election year.
What about $18,850?
I doubt that.
Not that many donations.
No, I don't think so.
The Federal Election Commission indicates that much money was donated to Act Blue and Biden for president.
I wish I could have donated $18,000 to Biden's presidency.
I wish I could have as well.
How much?
Not wish that I did, but wish that I just had the ability to.
Yeah, right? No, I never would actually do that, but yeah, if I could, I know.
Sure would be neat to be able to.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we know that so it sounds like stuff's coming. Sounds like
someone uncovered a pretty weak money laundering thing, because
things are coming.
One of the tricks to cover your tracks not getting caught is to not make it obvious that there's some nonsense going on here.
Mm-hmm. No, right, exactly.
Like little old lady on her retirement fixed income is not going to be donating $18,000.
Oh no, not a chance.
Yeah,
not an absolute.
Didn't matter what she
chance.
retired from.
Yeah, exactly. So there was another. Yeah, I mean, I just clean it up because it all it's our, what's a screwed up thing is most likely is that's taxpayer money. That's our money that got cycled through and came back into political action. And that's just, I mean,
And then like the first audit where you don't actually get to, you say, where did this money come from? Oh, that came from Mrs. Johnson over at Annapolis, Maryland.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. What about this money here? Oh, that came from Mrs. Johnson over at Annapolis, Maryland.
Right. No, exactly. I mean, everything's secret now. And that's,
I mean, you're not going to go knock on their door and ask her about it.
Well, it's all turned off now. I mean, we're uncovering all this money. We know it's cycling through, so it's taxpayer money. A lot of it is, and we're just
Is this why our bridges are falling apart?
Yes, dude. It's why China can spend 5 or 6% of their GDP on infrastructure, and we could spend like 1 and something percent. Because we're doing all of this other crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and it's everything's locked down. Everything is classified. I mean, we joke about it in the show and about you don't have the clearance, but that's a fact of government now that everything is locked down. Even a lot of the money that they're spending overseas and all considered classified now, and because it became easier to classify stuff after 2001 for some reason.
Overclassification has been an issue for the longest time.
No, you are correct. You are correct. But it's just we've gotten it's so far afield now, and hopefully, I mean, it's just rein it back in. Just like they said that they set up a whole nother government outside of our own government, and that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been running a completely separate government outside of the government of the elected folks. And our Congress has allowed it, and our president has allowed it. The presidents, not just saying, one, since the longest time. They've allowed it because it's easier for everybody. It's easier for Congress just to do continuing resolutions instead of actually budgeting money and figuring out where everything goes. So hopefully fix it. Make it more apparent what the hell's going on. That's all we want. And in the meantime, save us a lot of money and better things with the money that we send you.
Yeah.
Is it that hard? Is it really that hard?
Well, I would say one thing they would have to do in this case is to get rid of lobbyists.
Oh God.
I mean,
that's all another thing.
I know, but you if you want to get the fat bunny out of Washington, you got to get the fat cats out of Washington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Yep. I mean, when their entire job, their role in life is to buy off elected officials, and it's totally legit, how do you not see trouble brewing there?
I don't know.
I mean, no one, when they thought of that rule, that like raise their hand and say, this might be a problem later. No,
of course not. It's like when they,
what, you want to be poor all your life? No.
Right. It's like, where is the people's lobbyists? Where is our lobbyists? Right. You got lobbyists for every corporation.
You're welcome to go lobby your senator yourself.
Yeah. You got lobbyists.
Yeah, with wet pennies.
Right. Got lobbyists for every kind of agency or, every kind of group out there. You got
anyone that wants their elected official to do anything for them.
Corporations have their own lobbies. The media companies have their own lobbyists. I mean, lobbyists. Like,
I'll just make my donation to the Senator Murkowski charity fund. It's totally legit.
Yep, 100%. Take you to, let's go on this trip to this place and this we're gonna go have a
go have a business luncheon.
Yep.
On my yacht.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just where I like to do my official business.
Or come with us to let's take a group of senators to the Bahamas,
Yeah.
and
I'll fly you there on my G6.
Going to have a yeah, I know, dude. It's so and these people that join Congress and or not even Congress. I mean, what was it? The Samantha Power net worth, like, had like oh, now they're her net worth like skyrocketed after she got her post of
1-2 year term in Congress.
Yeah. Well, no, she was the head of USAID. She wasn't even in freaking Congress. It's ridiculous. So yeah, these people that's all they can do. Another starship blew up tonight. Check this out. Imagine if you were on a plane just flying along. I know. I was getting the video back to the beginning. You're just flying along, and all of a sudden you see that. That looks pretty interesting, huh?
Whose was that?
That was the Starship Flight 8. That's getting a little close, I think.
It looks that way, but I bet you it's 100 miles away.
They actually did shut down the landings at Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Pretty much South Florida got shut down for falling space debris. But let's see if I got the and play the thing here. Because they did catch the booster again though, which was really, really cool.
That's pretty wild watching that happen.
Dude, it's amazing.
See images of the Soyuz coming into land?
Oh, yeah.
Rocket assisted landing where
Yep. All right, here we go. This is the full video. We'll go ahead and go to the and forward up to the launch.
Starlink satellites and fly enable precision
3 minutes.
to those in the surrounding area.
5 minutes. Okay. And while we watch this, I can run to the restroom too. Okay, there we go. Hang on.
We're going to be able to reset those holds, not tracking any other holds, and clock is rolling.
But yeah, so they were able to catch the thing, but the Starship itself, this is the second failure in a row. This one was even more crazy and dramatic. But yeah, let's watch it. I'll be back in a moment. But feel free to commentary if you want to.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm good. Thanks.
A little over 40 seconds into the flight, we are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines ignited. Boosters pushing us downrange over the Gulf. Next milestone coming up in just under 10 seconds is going to be max Q, that max aerodynamic pressure.
Max Q.
All right, so we're through max Q. That's the heaviest stresses it's kind of seeing on the way up. Wow, that was pretty incredible.
I'm still recovering. That was amazing. Beautiful views of the vehicle on ascent, pitching downrange away from the launch tower.
Next thing coming up is hot staging. So we're going to look for 6 engines to ignite on ship while we're still attached to the top of the booster. We'll see all but those 3 center engines shut down on booster.
We're hearing the initial call that we are go for booster catch back here at the launch tower. On hot staging, the ship's engines will ignite while
The joys of the cycle of fluids.
Super Heavy booster, and also while Super Heavy booster will still be under power itself. The clamps holding the
And this is all remotely, not even
together
powered
are
or not
going
even
to
manned.
release,
Yeah.
and Starship second stage engines will
Engine cut off. Ship engine startup.
So this point right here,
Stage separation.
they actually start the engines of the spaceship before they separate. It's called hot swapping, right? So the engines of the spaceship are already fired up before
Right.
it separates. So
they can get separation from it.
Yep. Yeah, that, and it's like you don't have to wait for the engines to kick on. They're already on. So but yeah, so we get separation.
There we go. Ship engines, all 6 Raptors ignited.
The ship is
We're doing
going
that
okay.
boost back burn. Looks like we got 11 of the 13 that we command for that. So that's going to start sending the booster.
Oh, yep. So the booster away.
Back. We are.
What? Why can't it go away? Yeah,
They'll
they
go for booster return.
13
Even with 2 Raptors out during
13 engines
that boost back. We
started.
can
So you see the
one,
2
but
2 did not
looks like
start.
we got a ship, 6 engines heading into space, and then we got a booster hopefully on our way back to Starbase. How's everything going in Hawthorne, Chris?
Everything is looking good. The crowd eagerly followed that ascent and now watching the booster coming back. So as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen here, that is ship continuing, and that's a great view of ship continuing on its way to space. They're looking, that's inside the camera, inside the aft skirt, looking at the Raptor vacuum and the sea level engines. The sea level ones there in the center of your screen under our T+ clock.
So the outer engines are like the bigger engines, and then the middle engines actually can move around a little bit, so they can actually guide the ship a little bit more.
Right.
So that kind of plays into what happens.
You can see our boost back burn. We're down to 3 engines on the boost back burn. And you can see ship on the right-hand side of that telemetry with 6 engines lit, continuing its ascent to orbit, already over 100 kilometers in altitude.
Which
the booster 87 kilometers in altitude and continuing its trek right now back to the landing site and catch site. There's a shutdown. And we just heard a good call out for boost back shutdown.
So shut down
The
those
next thing we should
engines.
see on our screen is the separation of the hot stage from the Super Heavy booster. We jettisoned that because we do not need it for the landing, but on future iterations of the Super Heavy, that hot stage ring will be incorporated into the booster and we will get it back. But for today, you can see it on the right-hand side of your screen there, just separating off of from the right-hand side of the booster. You can also see the booster doing its liquid oxygen dump there, which is exactly what we would expect for it to do as the booster gets itself configured for the landing here. Now, meanwhile, Starship
Liquid oxygen is really cold.
Yeah.
will.
Just so you know, I don't know if you know that.
It's a good thing they're releasing that into the atmosphere.
Yep. when because when I was in the Air Force and part of the fuels, POL, petroleum, oils, and liquids, the LOX was part of that, right? Controlling and because they need that for the F-15s, right? Loaded liquid oxygen on them to, for the oxygen supply. So I just remembered it was very, very much handled very, very carefully. I never got into it. So, but it's cold, very cold.
We'll continue to coast after it reaches orbit for about 40 minutes or so.
All right, so something I think is where it starts to happen. So this is the
Oh
no, this is the booster. This is still the booster.
Kilometers, but it's still got a ways to go there.
Yep.
Currently accelerating past 7,500 kilometers per hour there in velocity. And just look at those great views of the booster coming back. The Gulf coastline there just looks absolutely.
That is a pretty cool view, though.
Yeah,
that is a pretty cool
view
curve right there. Yeah, no, exactly. But it's fake.
Sure.
Flat, remember?
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's
absolutely gorgeous.
But Florida coast, that's a pretty cool picture of the Florida coast.
And there we hear nominal trajectories all around. And Dan and Kate, we're at 5 minutes, 15 seconds here.
I think that's the hot swap thing they were talking about, floating off there.
Everything looking good for the Super Heavy and for Starship today. What's it like?
Everything looking good. Well, it looks good now.
There at Starbase as we get ready to catch.
So they lost it with payload and everything else?
Well, there's nothing in there. This is all testing. They're still testing.
Okay.
This is their big ship. This is the largest thing that's ever been shot into space.
That's good they're doing it unmanned.
Yeah. No, this is the largest vehicle that has ever gone to space. And so, it
still hasn't.
Well, no, it's gotten to space. It just hadn't orbited yet.
It was incredible.
It's gone into space and come back down through the atmosphere. It just hasn't gone into orbit yet.
Chris, to be able to see the mock diamonds with my own eyes, that was amazing.
And that's part of it, was the one that got through 6, they, were testing the heat shields, and it actually, multiple of them have made it through and made it all the way back to the Indian Ocean.
Sure.
The last 2 have had some kind of issue.
We are standing by for return of booster back to the launch tower. We have heard that we are go for.
We're 36 and see it's fallen pretty quickly now.
Coming from one of our long-range tracking cameras, we're able to see the hot stage separate and fly away. So
they're
coming up,
speeding up
about 30.
The camera work too. These are cameras I think that are. I don't know if these are on the ground or on planes, but
25 kilometers up.
Freaking cool that we can see it so clearly now. Isn't that awesome? Amazing.
30 seconds. We're going to look for the landing burn. We're going to command those 13 inner and middle ring engines to turn on. 13 initially. They bleed off all of that velocity as we're slowing down from supersonic speeds, eventually moding down to only 3 engines for that precision flight into the tower.
Right now, booster using its 4 hypersonic grid fins to help guide itself through this atmospheric entry back for its precision landing at the launch site.
And they're not using the engines yet, but it's slowing down quite a lot because they're actually using the little boosters to like shift its orientation, so it's falling flatter. It's actually slowing down.
First, the
that looks totally fake.
Which is coming up here.
It looks, yeah, it does.
Startup.
This is going to come down to 3 engines as the booster slows down for its landing. And we just heard the sonic boom.
Look the above
to see the Super Heavy booster gliding down into the chopstick arms once again.
Now it looked like the arms had to move a little bit at their end. If you look at this, watch the arms.
Slows down for its
right at the end.
And we just heard
so they're coming together.
Yeah, let's start closing.
Yep. Start closing, and then watch the one on the left.
Incredible sight to see the super heavy booster gliding down into the chopstick arms once again.
Yeah, see how they're both moving a little bit
Oh
there.
yeah, they gotta grab it.
Yeah. Amazing though.
I mean,
amazing.
The landing.
Ball hits your baseball glove. You wrap your glove around the ball.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, I know.
That will never get old.
That's impressive.
All right.
It is. That is amazing. And I mean, that's a freaking 20-story thing, right? I mean, this is.
Yeah,
It's not a small thing. This is huge.
But you don't have to have an aircraft carrier or warship out there to go collect it as it hits the water randomly where the chute drops it.
Yep. All right, so we got the booster down.
Still got 6 Raptors burning. Those are going to continue.
They're still going. So
another minute until we'll get to the Starship engine.
Let's see what happens here.
Really cool view. Again, a million shout outs to all of our avionics team who.
So, okay, so right there, if you notice, there is just a little bit of an orange hue.
Those are going to continue.
Wait until they go to the
for about another minute.
Engine compartment camera.
We'll get to
right there.
Look around. You see that kind of hue there? That kind of flameage kind of thing going on?
Kind of breaking out where it doesn't look like it should be breaking out of?
Yeah, exactly. And then down here, like right
here. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking
engine. At. Yeah. And then just kind of all over, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can see like flame inside this area
Starship
here.
Engine
like you can
off.
see that. See it?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
right there. Yeah.
Really cool view. Again, a million shout outs to all of our avionics team who
something is going on.
Cameras possible.
Something's burning through.
Yep.
Right
and then now watch the
essentially the stern area of ship where you can see a pretty good
now the orientation
Raptors,
is completely changed.
One of which we're
and
gonna
then
relight a little bit later.
Now got
and we just saw some engines go out. It looks like
and we've got
control of the ship.
Oh yeah, and then we have and you could see, you could kind of see the explosion. You could see when they went out.
And decided vehicle destruction.
To all of our avionics team who
I don't think they did. I think they let it go.
Oh well, I think you would intentionally destroy it once you realize it's unrecoverable.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they do.
If
have
they're
that
over water,
option,
there may not be much to worry about. But
right,
yeah, I mean, if you're over land, you want that thing coming in as small pieces as you can.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. And so I'm wait and see what they say, because like I said, it did shut down the air base in Miami for a little while. But yeah, you can see. You can see here something's going on because it's the orientation is completely changing, right? I mean, it's still on an upward kind of momentum right here, and then when you see this with the flame and stuff in there, you can see the orientation's changing.
A million shout outs to all of our avionics team who
flames in there.
These cameras possible.
Well, you don't actually go into space or go into orbit going straight up.
Right? No, I get it. I get it. But you don't.
That's looking.
You can see the orientation changing.
Inside.
Yeah, this thing goes into like straight gimbal lock.
Oh yeah.
Area of ship.
Yep. And then you're gonna have a
pretty good view of all 6 Raptors.
Did not be that way, and then right here,
3 inner ones.
Boom! There it is. That's when the engines go out. What happened?
View of all 6 Raptors, especially those 3 inner ones.
Right there.
One of which we're gonna hopefully relight a little bit later.
You're not doing anything a little bit later.
Oh, it's gonna relight.
Yeah, it's
a lot sooner than you're hoping.
Yep. Yeah, look at that thing twisting though.
Go out. It looks like we are losing attitude control of the ship.
I would say yes. You're losing the attitude control of the ship.
Whoever's got the controller is leading on the joystick.
Yep. That thing is out of control.
You've
So
seen
we're
the
still
Challenger footage where
getting
the
video down from the ship. You can see we've lost several engines.
where you
and
saw
we've
the
lost
smoke
out
coming out of the bottom of the booster.
What's that?
You've seen the Challenger footage where you saw the smoke and whatnot coming out of the bottom of the booster where the O-ring was failing.
Yeah, yep.
And then you just follow that along, and when it totally burns through, it burns through the support, knocking it right into the fuel tank.
Vehicle.
Oh yeah. And you get a little more video, and
A little more confetti flying off it.
Oh yeah. Nope. And there we go.
Yeah, test pattern.
Yeah, so
we'll continue to stick with it.
But this is why we have test
it came
flights.
back. There we go. Yeah, no, exactly. This is why
For
you
those of
test
that
flights.
Have
Why you do this, so
Final
you can
numbers,
figure out
numbers
what's
didn't-
going
didn't
on.
cut off.
And obviously on the
Really
last
cool
two,
view.
there's something going on because, you know,
Again, a million shout outs to all of our avionics team who
you had
these
a
cameras
catastrophic failure of the Starship.
Loss of ship.
So, yeah, complete loss of ship. So Starship entry. Let's see if we got any. There's quite a few videos that came out because it was pretty spectacular. Right, so we got this one. Oh, I think.
Yeah, it's them like watching it return.
I think this is actually the. This is when it started flipping. No, this is when it started flipping. Yeah, this is the actual thing flipping around. Because now it's breaking off.
It's probably a rocket.
So
yeah, it's
obviously
falling
somebody.
apart.
Yeah, obviously somebody that didn't know about the launch today. There's a different one. Here's one from. Looks like Bahamas, probably. That is a big chunk right there, man. That is a big chunk.
That's still a lot of fuel burning off.
Ah, true. Yeah, because it was still had a lot of fuel in it, I'm sure. My phone was blowing up. So was the rocket.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so let's see.
Good thing that's privately funded.
Yeah, totally. Oh wow, look at that one. Can't see it yet. Look at that one.
Oh, that's just Transformers coming into our.
Yeah, no, exactly, right?
Hey guys, get back to the cockpit.
Oh, this is on a. Oh wow.
And that's just debris.
Exactly. Easy.
That's a whole lot of air pollution.
Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, this one. I saw this one too. This was from. I think this was from southern Florida because it's still light out. But look at that. And I mean, it could be this. It's so far away, right? That this is still way up in the sky, and it's
Or
just
on the other side of that's water.
Going behind, yeah, and it's it's actually farther. It's it's still miles up in the air, and it's just going behind the curvature of the Earth, basically. Very possible on that, but oh yeah, here's. This one's funny. Always gets me at first. Starship out of control. Coming back down towards the earth. And dog can't catch.
Yeah. Labs. Yeah.
Yeah.
They take a lot of training.
Dog can't catch. Dog.
Videos of ICBM tests going awry. Like submarine launched.
Yeah.
I saw one video where it just goes up and then it just starts doing this squirrely cue, and then they detonate the missile. But it didn't get too far above the surface of the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. See what is? That looks like probably when it started, when it actually blew up here. Volume on this one, but
it's all right. It sounds
still
like
moving. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna hear it.
This is a George Lucas at THX.
Yeah. Like the whole incident, right? Because it's moving along pretty good right there. See the issues, it starts flipping around.
Seventh parade.
Wow. Crap. I'm guessing that's when it exploded. Kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Floating spaceship.
Nice heart shape there.
That's when it got the pieces falling to pieces. There we go. Now it's multiple pieces. It's all the pieces. So anyway, yep, that was today. But we'll have to see. I have a feeling they're going to.
Yeah, I bet you that those two stranded on the space station are not getting a warm and fuzzy about their return home next month or this month.
That's a different program.
It doesn't matter. A spacecraft falling out of the sky.
Oh, stop.
Well, if it was so easy, why did they bring them home earlier?
Really? Did you see the interview with the guy the other day? The guy that's stranded,
the astronaut
on
up there?
Yeah. Did you see what he said?
No.
Hang on.
I just know that they're not actually alone. There's other people up there.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Oh, yeah. But they actually...
It's like their mission just got extended more than they're stranded up in space.
Well, he actually said that Elon did say that they would bring them home early, and it's right here.
I heard. Okay.
Our next question is from Aaron Gregg with the Washington Post.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for doing this. So my question relates to Elon Musk has said that he made the offer to bring you guys back earlier and that it was denied. My first question is that true? And if so, what would that have looked like? Was he offering to make another flight, push seats on another flight? Could you give us some background there?
I can only say that Mr. Musk, what he says is absolutely factual. We have no information on that, though, whatsoever. What was offered, what was not offered, who it was offered to, how that process went. That's information that we simply don't have. So I believe him. I don't know all those details, and I don't think any of us really can give you the answer that you would be hoping for.
Our next question is from Aaron Gregg with the.
And then I guess the handler, the person that's like, the NASA person, did not like that question at all, especially when he said, yeah, that's actually factual. He did say that he would come get us early, and it was turned down because they didn't want to give him a win, right?
Right.
It was 100% political. They did not want to give him a win, show that, he did something good. They couldn't have that politically.
Not Elon, anyway.
Right. No, exactly. Not Elon. So it's, it's funny. He said, oh, yeah, that's absolutely factual.
But I don't know the details.
Right. Exactly. So crazy. So
yes.
What the hell is this? Can't see it yet, but supposedly a train trip in India.
First of all, there's too few people on it.
And this is the garbage from the train trip on India.
These people all bathe in the same river. This should not be surprising.
And they just toss it out of the train.
At 100 miles an hour.
Are we? I mean...
Yeah, he did well in kindergarten, you could tell.
Did he really do that just now? Did he really do that?
Yep.
So this is the guy throwing the trash out of the train going 100 miles an hour, trying to put the thing back. Of course.
Physics. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. But yeah, I mean, what the?
But
are we serious?
Have you seen them all bathe in the same river? And have you seen that river? You wouldn't even go swimming in it, yet the whole village bathes in it.
I just can't.
I mean, the water's not even blue anymore.
Can't.
This is what happens when you worship cows. I mean, they weren't even going through that trash to see if it was all biodegradable in some way.
Right.
That's just a trash bin everyone threw the rubbish in, and we're just gonna someone else's problem. Maybe they have a cleanup crew that walks the tracks every day and just collects all the trash.
Believe that?
Not at all. Yeah. Makes you wonder how they do it with their houses, or say like their fourth floor apartments, just throw your trash out the window. People walking by on the sidewalk. Hey, what the fuck?
So have you ever heard of the law firm Perkins Coie?
I have. They made the news. Something involving the Clinton v. Trump election.
Oh, they were all over this. So
yeah.
So a couple things that stood out to me today. There's this story where Matt Gaetz discovered that Democrat law firm Perkins Coie had FBI workstations in sensitive compartmented information, so they had SCIFs in their own offices.
Yeah, why?
Exactly, why? Right. There's no reason for this law firm that's connected to the Clintons and everything.
I mean, I used to work in a sensitive compartment information facility. I mean, so it's like firsthand, I know the reason to have one.
Yes.
For the life of me, I cannot imagine a private law firm needing access to, government sensitive compartment information.
Correct. So we have talked about this person, Amy Nelson. I've talked about her on the show before. Amy Nelson, her husband worked for Amazon. Then he basically worked in real estate for Amazon and realized that he could open up his own business, right? And like do some, and I'm not 100% sure what he was doing, but basically was still working with Amazon, but he was doing it on his own now, right? And it had something to do with real estate and transactions with Amazon or whatever. Well, Amazon decided that he was doing stuff against his employment contract, and they talked the DOJ into charging people around him to get the, they filed charges against these people to get them to testify against him.
Right.
Took all of their money because Amazon said he went against his employment contract. And so they said, you illegally went against your employment contract. Well, it turns out that originally he'd hired Perkins Coie. And a month later, they fired her husband, wouldn't return their $50,000, and then realized that they were meeting with the DOJ to convince prosecutors to charge her husband. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Amy Nelson's story is absolutely amazing. I mean, they fought, they won, they took millions of dollars from them. They had to sell their house, move back in with their parents. And I mean, these were very successful. She was a very successful lawyer. He was a very successful in what he did. And Amazon convinced the DOJ to charge this guy with breaking his employment contract, took all of their money, confiscated all of their money, all of her money, and charged a whole bunch of other people to get him to testify against it, and then it dismissed all the charges, gave them their money back, and said, didn't even say sorry. They just basically, and in order to get their money back, they had to sign an agreement to not sue the government. I mean, they put these people through the freaking ringer. Like when the DOJ seized our assets, we lost our home, car, retirement. We had no forum to fight to get the money back for 22 months. They had 4 young children. They're never charged with a crime. It is an insane story. But yeah, just the fact that they'd hired him and then they turned around and fired him as a client and then tried to convince the DOJ to freaking charge this guy. I mean, what the hell? Then you got this guy, all of these people should be fired as well. This is the head of the New York field office who basically, when Trump got elected, he sent an email to say, everybody dig in, right?
Right.
I mean, and so you've got all these people following him out. You should get everybody's name and they should be handed their papers as well.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. Because obviously they're not, just do the bidding of people, right? Like do the bidding of regular people and not.
No, follow the orders of the officers appointed over you.
Yeah, right.
Especially if you have a sworn career. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a story again about her, because her story is just, their whole story is amazing. Like how Amazon was able to convince the Department of Justice to file charges against somebody for violating their employment contract.
Yeah, where was the crime?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it doesn't take much to convince a prosecutor to charge someone when a crime was committed.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But have daily meetings or whatever, just are you coming around to see it in our way yet?
Yep. Like they still have their laptop and their phone, even though they've not filed any charges, and they ended the investigation 14 months ago, but they still can't get their freaking property back. I mean, it's just insane. And then they just dismissed the charges they'd filed against the other people to try to get him to testify. And I mean, just crazy shit. I mean, they
4 daughters, or
had he had they had Amazon coming after him too, right? So they're suing Amazon. They're suing the shit out of Amazon right now. So hopefully they can get back on that. So
it seems so strange when they come in with their warrant to seize and all the things that they seize. It's
right.
Or when that family in Homer got raided by the FBI. Remember this for January 6th, and it was the wrong couple?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what they were going after or they were trying to seize?
No.
Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's right.
What could possibly be on a congresswoman's laptop that warrants the FBI coming into someone's house with a warrant to fetch it? If your house got robbed,
you can imagine.
If your house got robbed, the Anchorage police wouldn't even do an investigation beyond the police report.
No, right, exactly. Yeah, no, Patty, you're right. It was, he basically found, a way to make money outside of Amazon, for it, and he offered a service that obviously they weren't getting, and it was not that's the thing, is it's blatantly not, and what he did is blatantly not against his contract. It absolutely did not say in his contract anything that they accused him of. And that's why they had to dismiss the charges, because it completely was out of anything that they could ever, that.
Still though, why is the government involved? If it's a contract dispute.
It's a contract dispute. Why would you get the DOJ? Because they wanted the horsepower, right? They wanted, that's the thing.
The muscle,
you talk about lobbyists. That's how close these government agencies are to these corporations, that Amazon can call up the DOJ and have them go after one of their former employees because they feel like they've been wronged by this employee. That's how messed up it is. Absolutely messed up it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll put together a whole thing and we'll go back over that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I'm vaguely remembering the story, but I just don't remember what it was he was accused of.
Exactly. There really was nothing he was. Yeah, I'll put it together for maybe another show, like tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
A couple more things here. More and more we find. So the Biden and Obama Democrats created a new beast called the pop-up nonprofit shell. It suddenly launched to take in your taxpayer money, supposedly for things like climate change and illegal immigration. But they're basically just major fronts for abusing the system. And then one of the biggest ones is the Climate United Fund. This is the one that Stacey Abrams is part of, right? She was like appointed the general counsel of this. Climate United Fund was granted the largest grant in history of U.S. grants in 2024, after it launched 5 months earlier in November of 22. Let me read that again. Kamala Harris, Biden's EPA chief Michael Ryan, gave $7 billion total suddenly created climate fund in April of 2024. After it launched just 5 months earlier in November, that should be 23. And then when its tax returns showed they started with $547,000. So they went from $547,000. They'd actually spent $451,000 in legal fees. They went from $547,000, $500,000, $7 billion. And they had there was no guidance on how they had to spend that money. Had no stipulated plans for how to spend $7 billion. Just solar projects and
go investigate weather in the Bahamas.
Right. Solar projects that amounted to $50 million total. It gave money out that $7 billion to power forward communities linked to Stacey Abrams. So Stacey, yeah, that was the one, this power forward communities. It had little to no details on how much its officers get paid that you typically see on NGO 990s. No details. It was supposedly a partnership between them insiders at investment firm Calvert Impact Capacity. But I can't. $7 billion.
No strings.
Climate United Fund got your $7 billion after submitting a 49-page report. That was all it took, was 49-page
We need to get to typing.
Get 7 billion with
There's not even enough room in there to type all those zeros.
I mean, what in the world? I mean, that's just blatant, dude. That is just absolutely blatant. 5-month-old. 5-month-old and going to hand it $7 billion to just.
Dude, climate change is important. Well, you want to go live in the Ice Age again?
Yeah. It's so important that. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to see this one. Then climate change. Do I have a thread for you? I can find it again here. Damn it. Oh, here we go. All right. So, but we've got this Britain over in the old UK. That was not a UK I can't do accents. So Britain's backed weather and climate service has been up to some astonishing things. At the center is this one woman you've never heard of, Penelope Enderby. She's the chief executive of the Met Office, which is the the meteorology office over in UK. So she's been there since December of 18. And it manages hundreds of temperature stations across Britain, frequently cited in policy announcements, and served as UK's primary weather forecaster, right? Okay. So you've got all these weather stations and temperature stations, right? So as a trading fund, it runs with financial autonomy, handling its own revenues, expenses outside of the government's main budget. So it functions more like a business. And then given its role in providing data insights, you would think that there was rigorous objectivity, right? Well, no, it's actually been uncovered that through a series of Freedom of Information requests, a third, 103 of the 302 climate stations don't actually exist. So this is supposed to be precise temperature data, right?
Yeah.
Precise temperature data to show how much everything is warming up. But 103 of the 302 aren't even there. By examining historical logs, he found that Bramer's number 2 station, for example, had supposedly been collecting data since 1959, despite only being installed in 2005. But what he did uncover was the Met Office had been merging data from nearby sites to estimate temperatures.
Oh, that's official.
Yeah, that's precise data. But then he found out they were doing worse with their current readings. Dover and Folkestone have both been recording temperatures, but neither actually exist. Instead, Endersby and her crew have been using stations sometimes over 10 miles away to report precise temperatures for the locations.
Have you ever listened to the news weather report and you just have to ask yourself, did the person look outside the window?
Right?
More times in my life than I could imagine, It's been
Yup.
pouring down rain and they just tell you it's partly cloudy.
So when they were, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, look, it's raining. It's not raining. So when they confronted him, the Met Offer spokesman admitted, well, we use regression analysis to create a model of the relationship between each station and others in the network. So
we lie.
We lie. We don't actually, it's not actually precise data. So weeks later, after revelation spread on social media, they just quietly renamed the webpage that contained these recordings from UK climate averages to location-specific long-term averages. Oops. And then they even added a disclaimer. The page now states its locations cover the UK evenly, but don't necessarily correspond to actual weather stations.
Yeah.
No announcement, no explanation. Oh, but it gets better. They've used questionable data as evidence for heating claims, right? Like they're averaging, they're using temperature places from whatever. So, but even when real temperature stations exist, their placements raise doubts about their accuracy, such as this one. 2023, an extreme temperature was recording at the Teddington Bushy Park, but it's because it's set by a wall that's reflecting heat from a new housing development. They had one last year that created another super high temperature, but it's located next to a solar farm. You think that's radiating some heat? Do you think a solar farm is maybe creating some heat? Then they confronted him about it and they said the temperature measure meets the standards for publication and scientific use. Yeah.
We looked into it ourselves and decided we did nothing wrong, or found that we did nothing wrong.
Bingo. We are not to blame. And
please leave your donation at the door.
Yep. In September 2024, another Freedom of Information request revealed a brutal contrast. International standards classify nearly 80% of Met Office weather stations as unreliable, but they themselves classify everything as 90% excellent, good, or satisfactory. So again,
we investigated ourselves and found that nothing was wrong.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, one reading was taken at RAF Cosenby, a military air base, just as 3 fighter jets were landing nearby. And the Met Office labeled the record as a milestone in climate history. I mean, UK had hit 40C for the first time ever, but just as these jets were landing right by the runway, that's when it hit. I mean, but of course the news just runs with it as, as nothing happened, as everything is just on the up and up.
Yeah.
Beyond station placement, the Met Office has been caught tampering with historic climate data. Older readings from the mid-20th century have been lowered, while recent temperatures have artificially increased. So, yeah, I mean, they play with the data. We know that, right? We knew that they did that. But, I mean, it's just insane.
You hear about
it's just insane what they're doing.
The ice sheet over Antarctica, dwindling or melting, what have you.
Right.
Do you know there's an active volcano in Antarctica?
Really?
Think that might have something to do with ice accumulation?
Might have something to do with ice accumulation. Yes.
Yeah. Nope, it's climate change.
Oh my goodness.
Half truth is still mostly lies.
Yeah. What can you damn trust anymore? All right. Well, hey, about to hit the 2-hour mark. We should
We should do this tomorrow.
Get out of here. Maybe do this tomorrow. Got take a look at Neil though. We'll run out with Neil over in Thailand. Check out these dogs, man. Can you imagine being a dog like this in the Thailand heat?
What's it,
Poor
a mastiff?
guys. Oh, look at this guy. Look at that poor guy.
Puppy. Yeah.
Look at that.
Why is that dog even in the country?
So looks like they got him down. Put a muzzle on him.
Yeah, but that dog's getting relief with every haircut.
Grooming party. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that now, man. What a difference. Holy moly. Yeah. Don't use science. That only works with vaccines. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Now the dog's cold.
Oh yeah, look at that. They're like, I'm freezing. Man, you took
What
my
have you done
coat
to
off.
me?
What have you done? I bet you they're loving it actually.
Yeah. Jody had a dog that was part husky, part chow.
Yeah. Oh
and,
wow.
When they shaved Chauncey, Chauncey was just like embarrassed, like hiding his head in shame because he didn't have his coat anymore.
Crazy.
There's a dog was a baked potato with feet.
Yeah. So, all right, dude. Let's do this tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Well, we will be back tomorrow. Sun will come out tomorrow. At least that's what the song says.
And then Saturday's daylight savings. Aren't we all excited?
Oh God, is it really?
Yeah, we're going to spring forward this year.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, a quick update. I do not have a real ID. The star you pointed out is not one of the stars that counts.
Wait. Well, why does it look like that?
I don't know, but the star goes on the front right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner.
All right.
And it's a standard 5-point star, be it gold or black, or it's a circle around it with a white star.
Oh.
Or for California, because they had to be special, it's the silhouette of a bear with a star on the rump.
Oh, so you don't have a real ID.
Correct.
Oh, I wonder if Cat might not have one either then, because I just thought I thought they all looked the same.
But you could still travel even domestically on your passport.
Right.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll have to check Cat's when I get home. So maybe she doesn't have a real ID. Anyway. All right. See you tomorrow. We'll roll out with our favorite vegan.
Why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? Because I don't like vegetables. Here you go, how about this? Why the fuck aren't you eating chicken wings? You're asking people, why are you not eating vegetables? Why aren't you fucking vegan? Help the chickens. No. Not a lot of people want to be vegan.